they're awesome, and I can't wait. And I love the fact that they're so committed here to play for these young folks up here. And you guys, I hope you enjoy this because you're going to get a chance to do this here starting this summer. So we hope you enjoy our concert. We're going to play a couple songs with this band, and the first one we're going to play is Jingle Bell Rock. And I am fortunate enough at 6:30 a.m. to have a colleague that will come in and work with this band alongside of me. Please welcome Kayla Rivera out here, and she'll be doing Jingle Bell Rock with this band. All right. Thank you for the enthusiasm up there, guys. Awesome. Okay, we talked about how this is not a rock concert, so. All right. Hey guys, I want everyone to see this. You guys, parents, this is pretty cool here. All right, this is our jazz band. They rehearsed. I think they rehearsed about 8 times to put these songs together. We rehearsed at 6:30 a.m. and we rehearsed at Sparing. This is the Truman and Sparing band. So what happens is the Truman folks get dropped off at Sparing in the morning for a 6:30 rehearsal. At 7:17, we stop this rehearsal. The Truman kids get onto the bus. There's a shuttle bus waiting for them. They take them over to Truman to start their day. It works perfectly. We've never had an issue with kids getting to school on time, and it allows both schools to have access to this incredible jazz program we have here at Lindbergh. So that's kind of how things work. With these kids here, they're going to get a chance to start a summer band. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me just show you a couple of things here with this group, though, that's pretty neat for you guys, I think. All right, let me make sure I get all these things right. First of all, would you guys raise your hand if you are currently in 7th grade right now? So these kids were sitting right there a year ago, right now. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Okay, next thing. Raise your hand if the instrument you are playing on stage right now is not the primary instrument you play every day in class. So, we have doublers in here. And you see up here in the front, especially the saxophone players, we don't start saxophone in 6th grade. We don't have a single saxophone player in that group right there. We have auditions for that come up, and we'll talk about that in the next concert here. But all these folks play primarily another instrument, except we do have some permanent saxophone players here too. So around the brass section, we have people that play different instruments in the everyday band there too. So anyways, that is kind of what this is all about. And here comes the thing that looks really like a sales pitch, probably because it is, but I'm going to say it anyways. Raise your hand if you participated in Summer Jazz Band. Yes. So, yeah. So if summer's not enough of a commitment, then the next thing is, why don't you come to school at 6:30 in the morning? They're like, sure, we'll do that. So this band's really fun, and for you guys up here, your start will probably happen, a lot of you, in the summer jazz program. If you can't make our summer program, it doesn't mean that you can't do this band next year, but a lot of our students do get a start in our jazz program through the summer jazz camp that we do. And I start with the 7th graders, with all of these guys here. I start with them all to myself in a jazz language class for the first week, and we pass out 3 pieces of music, and they're playing a concert, and well, the whole camp is 14 days long, or 15 days long, I'm sorry. So we get a lot of work done quick. So we're gonna play one more song for you, and this one is going to feature a couple soloists. I wanna make sure and introduce them. Colin Disler here on tenor sax, and Colin Jenkins on trumpet back here. They're both Truman students. Connor, I'm sorry, I read my notes wrong. Connor Disler, I'm sorry. So this is a big band Christmas too. As soon as this is finished, we will get these folks up on stage and we'll keep moving on with the concert. So, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Okay, again, thank you, Steve. They have one more concert at around 7:30, so we're all going to hang out for that next concert they're going to play. So thank you again, guys, for being here. We'll be right back with you with these folks on stage. Hey, jazz band, listen up to me here. Ladies and gentlemen, real quickly here, while we're still getting settled in, I'd like to invite our president of our bandstanders up here, Mr. Matt Seeger, just to talk to you for a minute. Our bandstanders program is one of the top that you can find in any band program. We are so proud to have our parents on our side the way they are committed to us, and this is our chairman of it right here. So Matt Seeger, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Mr. Weiss. And it's so great to see everybody here. And just think, next year we'll be this awesome, giant auditorium across the way. And we're sitting in this in the parking lot next year. So, as you know, even from the middle school experience so far, how awesome these band directors are and this program is. And as the bandstanders, we support everything from the middle school all the way through high school. And this night, we're going to have some donation buckets. We got one of the high schoolers. She's walking around with a bucket. The donations we collect tonight are specifically for the middle school band program. Just like all the band programs, there's stuff that the directors want, but the district just can't give enough money for that. We're short for that one. So that's what these donations are for. Like this year, the 8th graders take a big trip. At the end of their school year, they're going down to Ranson. So some of this money is going to help support the middle school band programs across 6 and 8, including that one. So if you see myself standing out there at a table in this crowded auditorium in the lobby afterwards, you got a chance to drop something in our bucket, or one of our high schoolers is walking around with it too. Thank you so much. This is what we do for fundraising instead of asking you to sell donut cards or anything else. So this is our chance to get a little bit back from the middle school band program. Enjoy everything, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.
We truly could not do it without our parents. We truly couldn't, so thank you, Mr. Seeger. Welcome to our band family. Our band family here at Lindbergh is nearly 800 people. When it comes from the middle school to the high school, we have almost 800 people in our band. And we have a staff that is absolutely amazing that works with these kids. Just in Lindbergh alone, we have 30 different performance opportunities that are all directed by Lindbergh directors in the band program and only for these students. So as they keep going through the program, the opportunities are endless, and we can't wait to keep working with them and show them more fun stuff as we go. So tonight, we're going to do a couple things. One is we're going to play as a full ensemble with band arrangements for the entire band. And the other thing we're going to do is feature our individual sections so that you can hear what each of these groups has been doing kind of as a feature piece, we call them. So we're going to get things started right away. We're going to introduce all of our staff that comes along with this band program right here. Mr. Arana is our percussion instructor, and they are going to be playing Angels We Have Heard on High. Thanks for coming out. We hope you enjoyed the concert. And the whole point of doing some of that stuff was to make sure they were watching. That was the point. So, anyways, as you can see, we watched after. Yeah, we got it. So, anyways, I'm going to step out of the way for just a second. And folks over here, just remember, we talked about this. I want to give your parents a chance to take a picture. Percussion, you guys are all set for the next song, I think, so that's good. Everybody else, instruments up in position 2, please. Make sure your instrument's not in front of your face. And parents, if you'd like to right now, this would be a chance for you guys to, you can stand up, whatever you like to do. I'll give you about 30 seconds or so. I'll get out of the way, okay?
No, I can't. Well, it's the light is.
All right. I just got to say, these kids coming on stage here, and we changed some stuff up just to make sure that we tried to do our best with traffic flow tonight. And in the change up, we had some things that we needed to fix here. These kids just react to things. They do so much stuff that we ask them to do on the spot spontaneously. And I look around here, and I just think, man, don't they look good though? Gosh, they look good. They look so good. All right. Our first piece we're going to play for you is this is our first full band arrangement. This is Jingle Bells. Truman, folks. We don't go good, we go great. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, go! All right, as we're switching over here, the next thing I want to talk about real quick, we talked about summer band. Our summer band dates this year are June 5th through June 29th, and we would love to have these students participate in whatever they can do. If they have to miss a day or a week, that's okay, but it's a chance for these guys to get experience with, and not only are they with themselves and with Sparing, but they're also with next year's 7th graders, or next year's 8th graders too. So it's a whole mixed bag of people. We play really awesome music, Avengers, Harry Potter, and then we also end our concert every year with a nice patriotic song. So we have a spot for every instrument that they play in this band for our summer band camp. So the more information is coming home, the enrollment, the registration, all that stuff, we'll be sending that home for you, okay? All right, the next thing we're going to do is feature our flute and clarinet section, followed by our next band arrangement. So, to conduct our flutes, we're going to be playing Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and their instructor, please welcome Mr. Jeremy McMahon to the stage. Next up is our clarinet section, and they'll be playing Up on a Housetop. And please welcome Mrs. Chelsea Silvermans, the clarinet instructor. So our next full band piece is going to be Kings, 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 and please welcome our trumpet instructor, Mr. Alec Patton, out to the stage. Okay, we've done these songs a lot through our career. That was awesome. Good job, guys. That was really, really good. All right, next up, we're going to feature our trumpet section. And they're going to be playing Old Christmas Tree. And again, this is their instructor, Mr. Patton. Last but not least, our trombone section. We'll be playing First Noel, and they have the unfortunate, I'm serious, I love the trombone. I'm their teacher. So. You got stuck with me, guys. So.
Yes, you are!
Hey, I like you. You got an A. Okay, before we play our last piece, I wanted to just tell you, like I mentioned a little bit ago, starting in January, February, in that time, we will have instrument switchovers. For those of you that have been in band before, you might look up here and realize, hey, there's no saxophones, there's no bass clarinets, bassoons, oboes, French horns, tubas, baritones, all those things. We will have all that. When we come back in May for our next concert, you will see a fully instrumentated band. We will have instrument switchover auditions for the kids coming up here in January and February. So we'll talk to the kids more about that, kind of how that works. So that is one of the big changes that's coming up with next semester and the next concert. Before we play our last piece, I really want to make sure that I say thank you to everyone that deserves to thank you, because there are directors here that are not on stage conducting that are vitally important to the success of these kids. First person I'll introduce here is, I don't know if she's out here, Kayla Rivera. Kayla is our swing person for, hold on just a second, guys. She is our swing person for the whole brass section, meaning I front the trombone class, Mr. Patton fronts the trumpet class, and she does all that work in between, helping individual students with anything they need, doing assessments, and just a whole lot of stuff like that. So, Mrs. Rivera, come on out here so you can say hi to everybody. You can pretend you saw her. She's wonderful. She is actually with our 7th grade band right now, making sure the 7th graders are doing the right thing. So, also, my brother is the head director of the Lindbergh High School Bands. He also works between both schools, working with these beginners too. So, Mr. David Weiss, if you're here, come on out and say hello. Dr. Stratman is up in the booth, and I can tell you right now that none of this is possible without the support of administration. And Dr. Stratman, you've been awesome for us. Thank you for being here. And a special person that I know these kids want to say thank you to. On Friday, we do a concert review where they all get to watch the performance, and that would not happen without our main man back here who spends countless numbers of nights up here doing all these concerts, providing the live stream, doing the sound, doing the light, doing all that. Marvin, thank you for being here. These kids I know surely appreciate you and the live stream people. Okay, last thing, we're going to play our last piece. Before I do, I'll just tell you, parents, honestly, we brought the kids on this side of the stage. It was a little different than last week when we did the sparing concert. They're going to come off this side of the stage. They got to go back through the lobby and out to the band room where their cases and stuff are. As you heard, 7th grade is already here, and I'm sure the auditorium lobby is pretty crowded with people waiting to come in here for the 7th grade concert. So I'm just giving you a heads up, when you go out of here, it's going to be very crowded out in the auditorium lobby. If you like the outdoors and you like to meet your kiddos outside after the concert's over, that might be an option for you too, okay? So, thank you to these guys right here. You guys are awesome. We have so much more fun in store for you, and we hope you've enjoyed this tonight. Our last piece that we're going to play is We Wish You a Rockin' Christmas, and we're going to ask Mr. Spurk to come out, who is the swing person for the woodwind section. He does all the same things I said Miss Rivera does, and these kids love him. Thank you, Mr. Spurk. Great job, guys. We wish you a rockin' Christmas. Have a great night. I think the one student in the back of the band who just stopped me and said, I think they speak for the whole band. I did so good. So, thank you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Lights up, yep.
Come up here. We got a seat for you up here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Real quickly, before we get started with these folks here, I wanted to introduce a very special person tonight. Our chairman of our bandstanders. Our bandstanders are a parent organization. As we go through the band program, hopefully as you go through the band program, that maybe some of you guys can get more involved with them. They have so much support that comes from our bandstanders, and it's our chairman, Matt Seeker. He'd like to say a couple words to you here.
Thanks, Mr. Weiss. So, as everyone knows, what a great, especially being some of the great parents, you know how awesome this band program already has been for your kids, right? So, and it only gets better. But there are, just like all the other schools, all the other grades of the band program, there's needs now that the district just can't quite meet. So what we use these concerts for is a fundraiser. So instead of coming to ask you, hey, would you sell all these Krispy Kreme cards for the year? Instead of doing that, during the concerts like this, we have a couple buckets, one of our high schoolers, so if you just walk around with one, I'm standing out there in the lobby with another one. Anything you give stays with the middle school. So it contributes to all the stuff for the middle school, the stuff, extra stuff they need. It helps for the 8th graders. They get to go on a trip at the end of the year in 8th grade, so that helps with that expense too. And anything else the directors need in middle school to even make our programs even better. So that's all there is. Enjoy the concert, and thank you so much.
musicians has been working so hard, and we always tell them that these performances are supposed to be a reward for what you do in class, and what they've done in class, and how they've worked in class, and everything. I mean, you guys can see, I hope you can see it when they come on stage. Like, you can tell what kind of people we have in this band by how they even walk on stage, how they carry themselves, and I'm so proud. I hope you guys see it, and I hope you appreciate it, because I think they look awesome, and that's a big thing when you come on stage and perform. So thank you guys for getting on stage, doing what you do, and every day they're like this. Every day the attention to detail and how they do things is just like this. So thank you before we ever start. I appreciate you guys, okay? Thank you. All right, our first piece that we're going to play is Mozart at the North Pole. And it's going to have Mr. Arana, our percussion instructor, band director, and welcome him to the stage, Mozart at the North Pole.
I hit the lights. Thank you.
All right, as they're changing stuff here, I realized I forgot something that I do for every concert, which is allow you all a chance to have a picture. So we will do that real quickly here. Students, if you guys could, go to position 2 with your instruments and percussion. We'll kind of hang for a second. I know you guys are moving around. We want to make sure you guys have a chance too. So hang tight for just a second here, and we will get a picture. And everybody, they say position 2. Sorry, parents, you guys are welcome to stand up if you'd like to, or move around, whatever it might be. All right. I think those are supposed to make it. All right, before we do our next piece here, I just wanted to say a couple things about something that's happened this semester and things that are coming up next semester. First thing is, we had some people that tried out for what's called All Suburban Band, which is basically the honor band for St. Louis, the All-Star Band. Basically, any 7th and 8th grade student from all around St. Louis is welcome to try out. We give them a piece of music, we give them some scales to work on, and they have to go perform. They're blind auditions, which means they have a judge that is a professional musician on the instrument that they are trying out on. They are turned around backwards, they don't know their name, their grade, their school, they don't know any of that. And they go in and play the prepared audition for them. There's also sight reading involved. So we had plenty of kids in this band that took that opportunity and had the courage to do it, because it's not anything that's required. It's something that we offer them, and then they decide if they want to do it. So, could you please stand up or percussion, would you guys raise your hand if you auditioned for All Suburban Band? Please stand and be recognized, or raise your hand. Thank you, guys. And would you remain standing if you were selected into the concert band or jazz band? Thank you. Congratulations, guys. Okay, and the next thing that's like that's going to come up is in the spring, we have another festival called Solo and Small Ensemble Festival, where these students, and we have not talked about it yet much with them, but when we come back from our winter break, we will be talking about it. They have a chance to take a solo or duet, trio, quartet, quintet, in front of a professional musician that is in their area of expertise. So whether it's a woodwind or a clarinet or a flute or a brass or percussion, and they basically perform a piece of music. We help them with it. We offer them our library of pieces. They choose the piece. We help them. We give them ideas, but they ultimately choose the piece if they would like to do this. They rehearse the piece on their own during class. A lot of it's during class. That they prepare it, and then they take it to the festival to see what kind of rating they can get, what kind of comments they can get. And a 1 rating is the top rating you can get, down to a 5. And at middle school level, the All Suburban Band that we just talked about, and Solo and Small Ensemble, both for middle school, they stop here in the St. Louis area, but at the high school level, they move on to the state level. So if you ever hear of an all-state musician, or an all-state 1-rated soloist, or whatever it might be, that is where it starts, is right here in St. Louis. So even in high school, you have to make All Suburban Band, or you have to get a 1 rating in Solo and Small Ensemble Festival to be eligible to go to All State. So that's coming up. We will be talking to the folks about it here, these kids about it. We will be giving them some, every kid will get a duet to play that's just to try it and see what it's all about. Then we will help them select music that they could potentially take on. So more information will be emailed home to you all about that, but that's something that's coming up next semester. All right? So our next piece that we're going to play is a jazz concert piece, and it's Swingle Bells. So please welcome to the stage Mr. Patton. He'll be conducting Swingle Bells. You don't hear a drum set player a lot in concert band. How about it for Isaac Ewing here on drum set? Isaac, awesome. We talked about summer band at the last concert, just for you all. Summer band is June 5th through June 29th. We would love to have these students involved with that. They're the old folks on the block. Remember, summer band offers the chance for them to play along with their equal grade level at Sparing and the kids that are 1 year younger than them too. So not only are they great role models, but it's a challenging set of music that we play. This year, I think we talked about it, and we're going to be playing, I have it on the other sheet of paper. Sorry, I can't remember. Avengers. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And a patriotic song. Bingo. Thank you for being at our last concert. So, anyways, all the stuff is the same as last year, except it's just another version of challenging stuff for them to get together, and summer band is 15 total days, I believe it is. So we would love for them to come. If they have to miss a day or a week of summer camp, that's not anything unusual. So we just like to have them there if they can be there, okay? I want to make sure I introduce the staff that is working with these students that may not be out here right now. So Dan, around you, all right, Mr. Ruiz, we switched a couple of things here. Adam Spurk, come on out here. No, he's not here. He's with the 8th grade. And McMahon is there too. All right, so we have two directors, Adam Spurk and Mr. McMahon, who works with these kids. If you ever hear their names at home, hopefully it's good things. If you do, though, they are not here in the room right now. They're with the 8th grade band, getting them ready for the next concert that's coming up. Chelsea Silvermans, she is in here. There we go, Mrs. Silvermans. She's here. All right, and another person back in the booth right now. I know I say it every concert, but I just want to make sure that you understand none of this stuff goes like it does without the support from our administration and Dr. Stratman. He pops into classes. He's outside the cafeteria. Our band room is right basically in the cafeteria. He stops in, he checks in on us, makes sure everything's good, checks in on the students. So thank you, Dr. Stratman, for being the support that you are for this band program. Appreciate it. All right. So I'm going to be really honest with you. We are performing a new piece that we've never done with 7th grade before. And we listened to it, we analyzed it, and we thought, man, this could be an awesome piece. And then we started rehearsing it, and this thing is hard. So these kids have worked their tails off to play this last piece right here, and I could not be more proud of you guys. Okay? You guys have worked like crazy on this, so I hope you enjoy this. Our last piece we're going to play tonight is Rejoice the Season, and please welcome Ms. Kayla Rivera out here to conduct it. We just, one more round of applause. That is not a song. The seventh grade should be playing out there. Parents, we are so fortunate as band directors to have these kids in our class every day. What you see on stage is what we get every day. And like I always say, your reputation off stage is more important than anything you achieve on stage. And this would not happen without just a bunch of good people being on this stage. So thank you, parents, for allowing us to work with these kids. Have a great night. Hope you enjoy the performance.
I had the worst white guy ever. I'm the worst white guy ever. He just goes, right.
Have a good day.
You do.
right. Thank you, parents, for being here, and our seventh grade parents, thank you for sticking around here. We hope that you guys enjoyed this performance. Sorry for the slight delay right there. We're going to be. It's hard. We're running all over this campus and all over the place, and people ending one band, starting another, so sorry, you're good to go, all right? All right, so we're gonna play a couple pieces for you here. This is our jazz band. First piece we're gonna play is Jingle Bell Rock. Please welcome Miss Kayla Rivera to the stage. I've been doing this band for 24 years now, and this is last year and this year is the first time I've had anyone that's come in and helped me with that. So, Ms. Rivera, I appreciate you being here and appreciate you helping with these folks. You're awesome. Thank you very much. So, parents, thank you guys too for getting these kiddos here. This is our last thing that we're doing now for a while. The next thing that will come up, we'll start rehearsal again with this group, probably in March. At that point, we'll rehearse another 8 or 10 times and get a couple songs ready for the end of the year. They're going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be challenging too. So these songs are not songs that a lot of middle school bands are playing. So I appreciate the fact they've only been doing this for about 8 rehearsals, and a lot of kids are playing secondary instruments, and it's just a lot of impressive things that go on. Not to mention the fact that no one's making them do this band at 6:30 in the morning. So I just can't say enough. And the fact that they've been, last week, Wednesday, 2 performances Wednesday night, and each school is supporting each other on this. It's just a really cool thing. So I have just tons of respect and gratitude for you all, and parents too. Thank you for getting them there. So just thank you. I just appreciate you guys so much, and you're awesome. Our last piece that we're going to play here is a big band Christmas 2, and it's going to have 2 soloists, one tenor sax here, Colin Disler, and then on trumpet, Connor Jenkins. So, thank you. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
guys are so awesome. All right. Next up, 8th grade band. Thank you guys. Jazz group, you guys, thank you guys are awesome. Just thank you for being here both nights. I just appreciate you guys.
One more.
Okay. I've never had a band force me to start a concert like that right there. So we're just a minute early here, so I'd like to invite Matt Seeker up, our chairman of the bandstanders. Our bandstanders, if you don't know, is our parent band support group. So, sorry, everything's going early tonight, it looks like. So this is Matt Seeker, chairman of the bandstanders.
Being the veteran middle school parents and eighth grade that you are, you already know how awesome our band program is already through middle school. So I can tell you it only gets better in high school. And so I hope to see all these awesome students in marching band next year. It's my hope. So I hope everybody keeps going with band, and especially marching band. But tonight, you're going to celebrate this final winter concert for eighth grade, which is going to be awesome. And these eighth graders have the awesome thing. Next year, we're not very crowded right now. We're going to be in this awesome new auditorium, a whole new building next year. These eighth graders, especially, are going to have the best time with this whole new school, new high school, and everything's going to be so good. So, also what I'm talking is, there's a bucket, one of our high school students is walking around with it, and we're just raising money. This is just for the middle school band program at this point. All the cash we're raising stuff tonight is just for the middle school band program. All the eighth graders get to go on this awesome trip at the end of the year if they want. It helps with that. It also helps with all the different musics and the equipment that the middle school band directors need that the district can't really fund. So this kind of fundraiser is better than us trying to ask everybody to sell some Krispy Kreme cards or something like that. So we decided to ignore that stuff and just focus on these concerts and just see what we can get donation-wise and help out the band as much as we can. Like I said, I hope to see you in the future, certainly for next year in high school and part of the big band program up there. Enjoy your holiday. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to start our concert off right away here. We're going to have our percussion section learn a song earlier on in the semester, and it's a Jingle Bell spoof. We also are playing Jingle Bell spoof in our band concert with the rest of the band here. So this song is called Robin Laid an Egg. Mr. Arana is our percussion instructor, but he is having to cover a part for an absent student right now, so Mr. McMahon will be conducting the song. So this is Robin Laid an Egg. we're almost ready to go here. As soon as percussion is finished tuning up here with timpani and doing all that stuff, we're able to step off the stage, so we allow you to take a picture at every concert. So we're going to do the same thing here in just a second. But everybody, please up in second position. I'll get off stage. Sorry, parents, you're welcome to stand up and take pictures or whatever. All right, so our first piece we're going to play, this is the Jeremy McMahon concert conducting. Mr. Arana was doing the percussion stuff, now he's subbing. Mr. McMahon conducting that. Mr. Arana was supposed to conduct the first song, and now Mr. McMahon is conducting this. And the next song, Mr. McMahon was originally planned to conduct. So this is the concert for Mr. McMahon conducting, I guess. So our first piece is Festival of Carols. Please welcome Mr. McMahon back out.
Thanks for coming to my show.
we'd like to recognize a couple students here. All Suburban Band. Chance for these students to audition against the rest of 7th and 8th grade students in St. Louis. Basically, All Suburban Band is the honor band for all of St. Louis, and it's an optional thing. It's not anything that's required. We give them a page of music, and there are also some scales attached to it, and sight reading, and they choose to go through that process. They choose to learn the music. And when they show up, the auditions are blind, and they're performing for a judge that is a professional on their instrument. So we would like to recognize the people that auditioned for All Suburban Band. Would you all please stand up, or percussion, raise your hand if you auditioned for All Suburban Band this year. And would you please remain standing if you were selected into the All Suburban Concert Band or Jazz Band? It's a huge honor. Thank you, guys. It's a huge honor to be selected in that group, and it's not just an all-star group that they list the people that make it. They actually rehearse about 7 times or 8 times, and they perform in January. So the group actually performs too. So congratulations to all of you that, first of all, tried out. We're so proud of you, and then for those of you that made the band, congratulations. Hope you have a great performance. It's coming up in January, the first week of January. So. The next thing that's coming up for these folks, we talked about it last year, Solo and Small Ensemble Festival. It's coming up April 15th. That is a chance for these folks to take a solo or a duet or a trio. Again, they take the music in front of a judge that is a specialist in their instruments, and they get evaluated on a scale of 1 through 5. There's written comment, feedback. Both of these things that I'm talking about, All Suburban and Solo and Small Ensemble, in middle school they stay at the St. Louis level right here. But when you hear of all-state musicians, the all-state level happens in high school. You have to make the All Suburban Band middle school or high school level to be eligible to try out for all-state. You also have to receive a 1 rating at the middle school level in Solo and Small Ensemble to be able to take that to state too. So these are great things for the students to do. We help them pick out music for that. And then ultimately they choose what piece they like, and we give them some time in class, but really it's on them, up to them to figure out ways to rehearse it, and the piano accompanist and all these other things that happen. So that will be coming up in April, like I said. So the next piece we're going to play, we're going to have Mr. McMahon conduct that again. So this is Jingle Bells. Mr. McMahon, come on out. It's kind of a good deal. While they're switching songs here, Silver Dollar City trip, Branson trip. I'll be sending information out really soon about that. We're trying to finalize details on cost and different reservations that we're making, but just so you know, every year we take the 8th grade on a trip. And the trip is, for this particular trip, it would be, they would come to school on Friday morning, April 28th, I believe it is. They would stay in school through lunchtime, then we would get on buses, head down to Branson, and that night, later on that night, we would perform for 3 judges to get an overall rating again. It's also a competition against bands from around the Midwest. It's not just a Missouri thing. So we will do that Friday night. Saturday, we would spend the day in the park, and then we would leave somewhere around 5 o'clock in the afternoon and come home Saturday night, get home around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So that is a trip that I will be giving you information as soon as I get the final details worked out on that with cost and pricing and all that good stuff. We will be looking for chaperones that might be able to go along. So if you're interested, just let me know. I'll send all that information out too. So that is one thing coming up. The other big thing with all of you, I hope you're hearing this too. Starting in January, we will have high school counselors that will be coming down to talk to these kiddos about high school registration. And believe it or not, I believe by the end of February, most likely, all of your kids will be enrolled in high school, signed up for high school classes, and all that good stuff. I know it's weird and it's hard. My son's a freshman right now. It's like last year, for real, this is happening right now. Like time goes by so quick, and I know that. We're going to help them with the band side of things. A fine art credit is required to graduate from Limerick High School, so they will have to do one. We would hope that if they enjoy band, that they will continue in band through high school, at least for a year. Marching band is not the only option for band in high school. So for students that want to do marching band, we're going to be giving you information. We're going to have a meeting for freshman band parents coming up, so you'll get an email from me from that too. It'll be with my brother, our high school band director, our bandstanders. We will have a meeting that will give you all the information that's involved in, especially with marching band, because marching band kind of has a lot of details to it. But for a student that is not going to do marching band, band is simply a class that they can take next year that runs just like it does through middle school. The after school, before school commitment it's a class, just like what they've been doing. Marching band is a much more rigorous schedule. So again, all that information, we'll be talking with them. We'll show them 4-year plans and how that works as kids move through the high school program. And then we'll also help you guys with that too. There'll be a PowerPoint that's shared out with you. So a lot of information coming home as soon as we switch over to the next year, okay? So, last thing, I want to say thanks to a couple people here that have not conducted but are huge parts of these students' success. Ms. Rivera, Mr. Spurt, would you please come out? You guys have been such a big deal. Oh, there they are. I'm so lucky. We have this phenomenal team of directors that we work with these kids all the way through high school. So when these kids graduate 8th grade and move on to high school, it's not the last time they'll see me. I'll be around the high school too, and along with all the other directors. So it's something that we take great pride in. Our district supports us so well. Our principal is right up here in the booth. He spends many nights, I'm sure, at these concerts and different things. And I can tell you that as a band director, having a principal stop in, check in, talk to the kids, see the kids, do all the things that just, as a band director, it makes us feel really great about what we're doing. So Dr. Strautman, thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for all the support you give us every time. All right. Our last piece that we're going to play here is Christmas Classics, and we're going to have a solo by Kylie Moss and Tyler Harris. So, hope you enjoy the We wouldn't teach these awesome kids if it weren't for awesome parents. I mean that. These kids, every day that they come in, like this morning, I wish you could have been in rehearsal. I know it's cool to hear this on stage right now, but I'm telling you, if you've been in rehearsal this morning, you would have been blown away. These kids are awesome, and it's so much fun to work with them. I could not be a luckier band director. Thank you. Have a great weekend.